Hello everyone, it's your boy back at it again with another video, and this time we're going to be talking about the Bethlehem Star and how it's really cool, and how other astrologers from around the world actually saw this star, like the Chinese, the Koreans, even some of the Babylonians back in the day knew about planet rotation and all that stuff based off of their own ancient writings. So let's jump right into the video. So first, let's go right to the source, which is the Bible. So we can go to Matthew 2 verses 1 to 12. Now, after Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judah in the days of Herod the king, behold, wise men from the east came to Jerusalem, saying, "Where is he who has been born King of the Jews? For we have seen his star in the east and have come to worship him." When Herod the king heard this, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. And when he had gathered all the chief priests and scribes of the people together, they inquired of them where the Christ was to be born. So they said to him, "In Bethlehem of Judah, for thus it is written by the prophets, by the prophet. But you, Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are not the least among the rulers of Judah. For out of you shall come a ruler who will shepherd my people Israel." Then Herod, when he had secretly called the wise men, determined from them what time the star appeared. And he sent them to Bethlehem and said, "Go and search carefully for the young child, and when you have found him, bring back word to me, that I may come and worship him also." When they heard the king, they departed, and behold, the star which they seen in the east went before them, till it came and stood over where the young child was. When they saw the star, they rejoiced with exceedingly great joy. And when they had come into the house, they saw the young child with Mary his mother, and fell down and worshipped him. And when they had opened their treasures, they presented gifts to him, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. So that is the story of the Bethlehem Star from the Bible. Now we can go into the Chinese records. The Broom Star comet from 5 BCE. Recorded in the Han Shu Book of Han, the official history of the Western Han Dynasty, Chinese astronomers wrote that in the second year of the reign of Emperor AI or AI whatever, second month, a broom star appeared in the east and remained visible for more than 70 days. Broom star means comet. This is one of the most discussed candidates of the star Bethlehem. Then we also have the guest star, Nova, of 4 BCE, recorded in the Han Shu Astronomical Treatise, whatever. Chinese astronomers wrote that a guest star appeared in the constellation Capricornus. It was visible for several weeks. Guest star means a nova or supernova, a star that suddenly appears and later fades. This is another event scholars compared to Matthew's star. So those were some of the Chinese records. So we can go here, writings about the bright planets coming in line. Jupiter, Saturn, triple conjunction of 7 BCE. This is the most famous candidate for the Bethlehem star. Most scholarship notes that Jupiter or Saturn aligned 3 times in the constellation Pisces. Pisces was associated with the land of Judah in ancient astrology. Jupiter, king, Saturn, old ruler, divine decree. A modern astronomical study notes that this event is often linked to the star Bethlehem and the nativity story. Ancient writers didn't describe this event as a single star, but astrologers absolutely recorded and interpreted it. So there's another sign. So just in case, here are pictures of Saturn and Jupiter coming close together in 2020. These are real photographs of the 2020 Great Conjunction closest visible alignment of Jupiter and Saturn in nearly 800 years. This is the same type of event ancient astrologers would have watched with intense interest. Jupiter, the brighter one, Saturn, the fainter one, with the rings visible through the telescope, the two planets appearing extremely close, almost like a double star. The phenomenon bright enough to be interpreted as an omen in ancient astrology. This is the kind of alignment scholars sometimes compare to the 7 BCE triple conjunction, which some think may relate to the Star Bethlehem narrative. So that's really, really cool. So even the Koreans wrote this down. In March 31 of 4 BC, a bushy star appeared close to the Altar in constellation of Aquila. Not only does the star fall within the time frame of Jesus' birth, but it would have been visible in the east with a which is consistent with Matthew's description. Matthew 2:2. So we already went through that, but even the Korean astrologers noted this. So with the Babylonian Persian astronomical tradition, Babylonian astronomers, space people looking at the stars, they wrote down planet alignments. According to the scholarly edition by Sash in Hungary, the diaries include daily planetary positions: Jupiter, Saturn, Venus, Mars, Mercury, eclipses, halidical risings, first appearance of the star after being hidden by the sun, omens linking sky events to political outcomes, notes on kings, wars, and death. Example, the tablet records the death of Alexander the Great. The 29th, the king is dead. And we can actually see this in Daniel, which is really, really cool. A little off topic, but Daniel's symbolic describes Alexander's rise and sudden death. The closest biblical reference is Daniel 8. Written in symbolic prophetic language, Daniel describes a goat from the west with a great horn who defeats Persian ram, and then the horn is broken suddenly, replaced by 4 smaller horns. This is widely understood as a symbolic description of Alexander. So people were watching the stars and things were happening. So a little bit out of context with the Babylonian astrologers, but they were watching the stars. They noticed planets aligning, eclipses, omens, whatnot, and they actually wrote down the time of Alexander the Great died, and Daniel prophesied it. So this just goes to show the importance of the Bible. So I hope this encourages you and gives you more faith and gives you an excuse to start reading your Bible, because there's really cool stuff. So not only did the Chinese modern astrology and the Koreans, Chinese, modern astrologists all record the Bethlehem star, plus the Babylonian astrologers were watching the planets as well and doing predictions through that as well. So there is multiple eyewitness accounts from ancient astrologers, modern astrologers, and Babylonians that were watching the skies, all seeing the planets align and whatnot. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned something new. Peace out, players.